Alright guys, welcome back. So we are doing my IPSY bag this month, which looks like this little cute little lemony pouch, which I think is a really good start for like summer and getting into that. So let's go through the products that I've been testing out for about a week and tell you my thoughts on it. Alright, so we're going to start with the Peach Punch Sweet Foam Cleanser, and I've used this about 4-ish times already. So I think it's like a really good cleanser, like foaming cleanser. It smells like peaches. I really like the smell. I like how it lathers, but the only thing I really don't like is that it kind of leaves kind of like a film on your face. Like, you know the difference between cleansers, like some of them will leave your face kind of like fresh and like they all leave it clean, but like some will leave it like fresh and it doesn't feel like it's tight and like pulling on itself. This one has that weird kind of tugging, pulling feeling. So I'll end up using it, but I don't really like it too much. And since I do have acne, it doesn't really help with that either. So this is kind of just like a nice wash if I just like kind of need to like refresh myself a little, but definitely not kind of like end of the night kind of thing to take off makeup or anything like that. I don't think it really works that well for that kind of thing. Okay, then I got this Nomad Intense Eyeshadow, and I don't know how to say this name, so I'm just going to put it up on the screen for you guys. I don't really know if you could see it. It doesn't really want to focus because the words on here are so tiny. But I will like put the name on the bottom, I guess, since that's not really working. But I am wearing it today, and it's kind of like this yellowish kind of tone. I don't say that it's like super original-ish. It is nice and it does last pretty long, but it's just kind of okay. It does kind of crease a little in my eyes and that sort of thing, so overall I don't think this is a bad eyeshadow. It is kind of flaky and crumbly. You definitely have to wet it with like Max Fix Plus or like a setting spray or something like that, because if not, it won't go on your lid that well. So I would just suggest to wet it and then it'll work decently for you. But besides that, it's definitely not one of the shades that are just gonna like, that you can just kind of put on with a dry brush. You definitely have to wet it. I would say that it probably lasts, I mean, I've had my makeup on since like 6 in the morning, so I would say at least probably like 10 hours, like really vibrant. The last 2 hours it's kind of gone slowly, not as vibrant, but it's still pretty good. Okay, so the next thing that I did get in my bag is the Tarte Base Tape Hydrating Primer Base. I wouldn't say it's like super hydrating, not like my primerizer from Smashbox or anything like that, but it's definitely not a mattifying primer. It's kind of like a nice in between. It does fill in your pores just like a little bit, but it doesn't like fill it in like an actual pore filling one. It's just like a slight kind of blur effect. So I would say that this is not like really good, but it's decent. It's just like a little bit below my primerizer just because that one doesn't break me out, and I think this one did a little bit because I have some random blemishes that I usually don't get anymore just because I am more on top of my skincare than I was in high school and that sort of thing. So I do think it breaks me out a little bit, but besides that, it's a decent primer. I don't know if it's worth the money for it. I don't think I would go out and buy the full size, but I do like it, and I will definitely use it up. And when I use it up, I will tell you guys like my full thoughts after using it for, you know, months, and if it's still continued to break me out. So, all right. Up next is this Ico Black Magic Liquid Liner. This one is kind of like one of those brush tips, which I definitely have a difficult time applying, but after you kind of work with it a little, it gets a little bit easier because the point is so fine. It does last a long day. It doesn't really last through naps that well, but it definitely lasts decently long. So I would say about, you know, 10-ish hours wear without it starting to kind of like fade and flake and do all the weird stuff. So it does end up doing that, but it does last a pretty long time and I do like it. I would kind of consider, if I saw it like in the store, buying a full size, but I don't like buying things online, so I probably will not unless it's in the store. And it does have like one of those balls inside of it, so it will shake the product around and make everything go on smoother, which I like. Finally, I got this B, money sign B, I don't know, it's, oh, $1 Billion Brushes fan brush, and I will show you guys just real fast what it does applying. I just use it as highlight. I think it does a pretty nice job kind of fanning things out and making everything blend nicely together. It's soft, but I would say it's a very good kind of fan brush for highlight. I do enjoy it, and I will continue to use it. So, alright guys, that is it for this IPSY bag. I would say overall the only thing I didn't really like is that face wash, just because of the fact that it did leave my face feeling that sort of weird way. But everything else I did actually really enjoy. I really like this bag this month, which I'm kind of happy about because recently I've been, you know, disliking a lot of products in my bag, so I'm just glad I do like these products enough to continue to use them. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got and my thoughts on it. So I will see you guys in my next video.